Seeking happiness, the key to happiness. Because I teach decision making, the question I often ask myself is, why do people make decisions? I simply put it down to saying, maybe because they want to be happy, which made sense. However, recently I came across a study which concluded that lottery winners and car accident victims, those who suffered quadriplegia and paraplegia, were equally happy 1 year after the incident. This got me thinking, how could this be? We all want to win the lottery and be happy, right? Well, happiness has been the subject of philosophical, psychological, and sociological inquiries for centuries. It refers to a state of well-being and satisfaction that is often characterized by positive emotions such as joy, contentment, pleasure, etc. You see, when we experience pleasures, we release endorphins. These are natural chemicals that promote feelings of happiness and pleasure. When you buy a new car or a new laptop, you're excited. When you have a wonderful dinner, you are happy. When you pass an exam, you're thrilled. If your local baseball team wins the championship, you're indeed delighted. It's normal. But in reality, these are simply fleeting experiences of joy and pleasure. Soon this excitement will pass away and you will be seeking out new sources of pleasure. However, excessive pleasure seeking can lead to addictions, example to drugs and other pleasurable activities, which can lead to destructive behavior patterns and negative health outcomes. I want to emphasize that happiness is very different from pleasure. Pleasures come from acquiring stuff, pleasing your senses, and enjoying the moment, etc. But true happiness comes when you detach yourself from these cravings, when you give away, when you serve others with purity of thoughts and intentions, through love and compassion, finally being spiritual.
Let's hear billionaire Naveen Jain's thoughts on happiness.
If you are unhappy with yourself, if you don't love yourself, it doesn't matter. You could be in paradise and you bring that unhappiness with you. And if you are in love with yourself, and when I say love with yourself, I just want to make sure I'm not talking about being self-conceited. What I mean, really, you're not looking for approval from someone else because you're comfortable who you are. And then if you are happy inside, you could be sitting in a dark corner and you are happy because you don't need someone to make you happy. Happiness is a choice, and people can make that choice every single day.
You must have heard of the quote, "We buy stuff we don't need, money we don't have, to show off to people we don't like." Yes, we're all guilty of this. It is perfectly fine if you dress up, adorn yourself, and buy luxury items, if it makes you feel good or is appropriate for the occasion. But if you do this to show off or to receive accolades, then you might be suffering from a serious lack of self-worth. Don't rely on external stimuli to achieve lasting happiness. Only you and you alone will know when you are truly happy. Don't sacrifice your health and squander away your time and your money simply to please your five senses. Because your senses will keep demanding more and more. It is a vicious circle. Of course, we are all human, and it is normal to want to indulge in these and please your senses. Don't get me wrong, I am not saying you should not enjoy external stimuli. All I'm saying is excessive dependence on external stimuli, including sex, drugs, alcohol, etc., which provide temporary pleasures, is a hindrance to your pursuit of lasting happiness. Happiness, like a butterfly, when pursued, seems always just beyond your grasp. But if you sit down quietly, it might alight upon you.
Still having difficulty differentiating happiness and pleasure? See if this helps. Sex is pleasure, love is happiness. Yes, you can buy sex, but you can't buy love. I'm not suggesting that you live the life of a monk. Not at all.
Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.
By all means, enjoy the moment. Enjoy the experience. But don't develop a craving, desiring more and more of the same. Your ultimate goal should be to move towards being truly happy. I'm sure many of you will disagree with me. You will say, I want to enjoy life when I'm young. What's wrong with that? I'll think about my old age later on. Mountain climbing is an apt metaphor here. When you're climbing, you're enjoying the climb, thinking of the fresh air, the wildlife, the environment, the beautiful view, etc. But don't forget, soon it will be time to begin your descent. You'll need to prepare for this descent. If you don't, the descent could be treacherous. Now, this discussion might even evoke anger within you. You will insist that you will never detach yourself from your loved ones. I agree. This is something impossible for us to even conceive. But the truth is, one day you will be forced to walk away, leaving behind everything and everyone. Sooner or later, that day will come. So why not prepare ahead and be happy that you are transitioning on your own terms? Additionally, when you detach yourself and give up on your attachments, your transition to the next life will be so much easier and more peaceful. When I say detach, I don't mean just material attachments, even your attachment to loved ones. I agree this is not easy, but it is not impossible. So let's start with baby steps.
When we are young, it is natural for us to be active like a caterpillar. But let's not forget that soon the time will come when we must rest in a cocoon before we can fly away like a butterfly. What is important is to recognize that the transient pleasures that feed our senses cannot coexist with the ultimate happiness that we seek, that is void of cravings derived from external stimulations.
You must be willing to pay the price of letting go of transient pleasures to get the price of ultimate happiness. So, ladies and gentlemen, in one word,
the key to happiness is detachment. Irrespective of whether you agree with me or not, I would love to hear your thoughts. Drop me an email and don't forget to watch the companion video of Letting Go.